Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mike and I am here reviewing for you today a pair of Rujo boots. Finally, I got them on the channel. I've been looking to get a pair of Rujo boots on the channel for a long time. Let's stop wasting time. Let's just get right into the unboxing and then let's talk about these guys. Now, you guys already know. Once you open up these boxes, just a wave of leather smell hits you. It's funny because some leathers are different. They have different leather smells, but it's still a leather smell, and you know what it is. It's very distinct. Dang, 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 dang. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Cayman. Finally got some Cayman belly back on the channel, and when I put these guys on feet, I hope it's something that I could stick with and stay with and hold on to. But these are fantastic. Look at that. That's a great silhouette. I love Rujo's Stockman heels. They really know how to do a Stockman heel. It's nice, beefy, solid. Looks good, and it is a good looking boot. Check that out. All right, let's get the other one out here. I'm over here spending too much time over here talking about how good that these boots look before I even take them out the box. Okay, so we are talking about Rujo's Roscoe boot. These are the Cayman belly, and these are a pieced Cayman belly, so we're talking about a piece of Cayman belly here. Then we're talking about separate pieces of the Cayman crocodile here, and then a whole nother one here in the back. You take a look at these beauty shots. It's a fantastic looking boot. I will say this right off of the bat, and I don't know if this is because of the sale that I got. They got an overwhelming response for the sale that they had going. And this was a 50% off of the entire website, which is what drove me to finally get me a pair, because they are higher priced. As I continually say on this channel, I'm just the regular average Joe, trying to purchase cowboy boots and Western attire, and so the highest prices are not the things that I'm going for. So these boots are $480 sticker price. It's their list price on the website, and that was not something that I was going to pay for a pair of Caymans or any other boot. So I was like, that I could not do. So when they had this 50% off sale that they put out there I saw it on Instagram, and I immediately ran to their website and was looking through it, and I said, this is a good price, I'm willing to pay this. And their Cayman belly, and it's a beautiful chocolate brown color. And the difference between this and a lot of other guys is they're doing like shiny. They're doing like matte or dull. This is a nice shiny finish. This is dress boot territory. And I was like, I definitely want that. Now, the reason why I started pointing that out is because there are a couple of things that I'm noticing here. And this is what tells you that this is genuine Cayman, because they're not going to match, okay? But one of the things that I am noticing is this. Let me see if I can get you to focus there a little bit. You'll notice that this boot here, the front pattern is off. And what I mean by that is they start to curve right there where my ring finger is at. It starts to curve much more than it does here. Again, I get it. They're genuine, so no two boots are going to be the same, right? But what you'll notice is that they're going to be relatively similar, right? So I'm not going to find the exact same crease that I'm going to find on this one, but they're not going to differ too much, because if they differ too much, then you have a problem of my boots don't match. What that ends up being is that you had one piece of Cayman that was good and one piece of Cayman that was a slight variation that might have not made it onto most boots. I might be wrong about this, but for most of the boots that I have seen, Cayman as well, Python as well, ostrich is always off, but they're never so off where the pattern is like, you can tell that that's off, okay? When they're off, that draws your eyeball to it. I don't think this is that far off, but it's off enough that when I look down at my feet, I can tell that the curve is a little off. The second thing I noticed about these boots is that the the separation between what I'll call the plates are not as pronounced as they were on the website, and as you usually see, those are much more pronounced and separated, where these are much more pressed, for lack of a better term. Again, I don't know if it's the fact that, did I get just a pair that were kind of laying around in the back, and perhaps that's why they had a 50% off sales, because they were getting rid of some of the boots that just didn't sell or were the lower tiered version. I don't know. I'm looking at them, and as I'm looking at them, that was the first thing that hit me. It was like, this is not exactly what I saw on the website. It's close. Don't get me wrong, it's close. And I'm not trying to throw shade in the direction. I'm just trying to comment on what I see. Okay? It seems a lot smoother than what I've been noticing in other people's reviews, as well as what the photos show on the website. Now, granted, I paid 50%. It's $280 is what I paid. It's not a lot of money in comparison to what they usually go for. But the point I'm trying to make here is this. If you are giving me blemished versions or less than perfect versions, say so. Say so on the website. I just made a review of these boots. Check them out. I just made a review of these boots here. And I got these for $60 and they were going for $200 regular. The point I'm trying to make with that is the seller was a third-party seller. It wasn't the first-party seller, so it wasn't Moonshine Boots. It was a third-party seller, and they were selling it for much cheaper than what you would get it off the rack, even though those are brand new boots. Why? Because they're faded. The color of them is faded from what they had on the website. So in other words, it should be disclosed to you that these are less than perfect versions. It should be disclosed to you that these are slightly off. And I'm just seeing the combination of those two things is what is drawing my attention to it and saying, I wonder if these are less than perfect versions. Now let me say this, now that I've said all that. I'm not sending these back, although I cannot send these back. As you noticed, when I opened the box, there were no welcome cards, there were no return cards. These are final sale because I got them for half off. But I'm not upset to the point where I'm gonna send them back and say, hey, give me my money back or cause a stink. I will note it in the review because, as I said, if these are less than perfect versions, then I'd like to know that, so that this way I know what I'm getting and I don't think I'm getting what I thought I got. All that being said, I'm definitely keeping these because these are still cool. They still look good. They still smell good. They still look and feel good. So let's get down to the brass tacks and talk about what this boot has got in it. So as you can see here, we're talking about the pieced Cayman right here on the top. We're talking about a nice, soft, supple shaft here up at the top with the cording. This is that cording. I'm not as big of a fan as I once was of the cording. I was a big fan of the cording, but now it's just like, it's okay. I like the traditional stitched better, but like this is soft. This is very soft and supple, very nice. We have the traditional for Rujo, Tacovas, Cuero. It's that hung leather lining. It doesn't look like it's a pigskin leather. I don't see any of those hair follicle holes. It's very soft. It's not as soft as, say, like an Ariat Benchmade boot. That is like some of the softest calfskin leather I've ever felt in a boot. But this is a very soft and supple leather. Leather all the way through. We have a leather cloud walk insert, and it is very soft. It's memory foam, I could tell, because as I press in, it's leaving one of those memory foam indentions. But it's leather topped. We're talking about leather in the vamp, and we're talking about leather in the shaft once again. You can see here, you got your Cayman piece right here on the pull tabs, which is cool. I am indifferent when it comes to putting them right there on the pull tabs, simply because just check these out right here. Those are my Ariat full quill ostrich gallop boots. The full pull tab is ostrich, and that's all nice, but it's gonna go under the boot, so it really doesn't matter to me. Number one. Number two, putting in full quill ostrich, if I'm pulling hard on that boot, it's elastic, sure, but it's not as strong as cowhide leather. This is cowhide leather with it topped on it, which, like I said, it's nice, but if it would bring down the cost to take that off, I say do it, because this goes under the boot and nobody ever sees it anyway. But it's still a nice touch, looks nice. It goes really high up here on the portion where they stitch. but this is a very nice looking boot. This is definitely dress boot territory, and that's why I got it. I do have some dress boots, like you can consider the full quill ostrich dressy. You definitely could consider the pythons that I have over here dressy, but these are dressy. This is what I've heard Pierre, the best dressed cowboy, call this a Sunday boot. This is a Sunday boot. This is something I'm going to church in. This is something I'm taking my wife out in if I want to look pretty formal. I think I could wear these with jeans. I mean, I know I could wear these with jeans, but more times than not, I'm wearing them with black jeans because it looks more dressy. If I wanted to wear like a pair of chinos with them, so you're talking about like Dockers and stuff, you could definitely wear those with these and pull it off, make it look real good. So all that being said, let's go get these guys on feet and see what they look like with my jeans. Okay, this is the on-foot portion of the Rujo Cayman boots. These are known as the Roscoe. Now, I wanted to wear some black jeans with this because I think that the black jeans lends to a more casual style of look, and these jeans are definitely, these boots are definitely dressy style boots. They are very nice. I love the shine on them. The shine looks really nice, really good. If you were purchasing these for the first time, I suggest doing it on carpet, not on hardwood floors or cement, because you could scuff up the leather bottoms. Now, let me show you what I was talking about. So as you can see there, right there at that portion, it's almost like the line kind of swirls a little bit, and it kind of turns. Also from the top down portion, you can kind of see just how they don't necessarily mirror what I was saying on the website. Again, it's not that bad that I would be like, hey, I have a bone to pick with Rujo, but it's enough of it that it needs to be kind of shown. And so how do they feel on feet? Well, they look fantastic on my feet, as you can see. They look really good. How they feel? So lengthwise, they feel good. A size 13 is exactly what I needed. If you remember my review from the Thursday boots, they were extremely too small. They were like size 12s instead of a 13. I could barely get them on foot. This is not that case at all. It's size 13. But what I will say is that they're a little tight. So if I had to order it again, I would order it like a size 13 double E. Once again, this is the point that I've been trying to make on this channel, and it's the hard part about ordering online, is that you can't go in there and try them out. These 13Ds are different from Dan Post's 13Ds, which are different from Ariat's 13D, which is different from Alpha Western Wear's 13D. They're all different. I will say that they're not as bad as the Tacks Cayman boots. The Tacks Cayman boots were a lot tighter. These are tight on the ball of my feet. The instep is just fine, but the ball of my feet is where it's tight. The Cayman doesn't have much give, and when I wore the Tacks, it didn't have any give. Didn't want to give me anything. But this is not as tight. I can tell that it's not as tight as the Tacks, but they are tight, period. They are tight, that I can tell. So I think it's gonna take a little bit of breaking in or some boot stretching, because the thing is around that ball, just beneath the toe, those things get sore, and once they get sore, it's over for wearing boots. Now I just need to put something else on. So we'll see what the break-in is like. And so that is my review of these Rujo Roscoe boots in the Cayman belly. I really, really like these. Again, there's some issues that I think are going on with it, but not that big of a deal that I would care to send them back. I'm glad that I got them, and at least I got them for $240 instead of $480. All that being said, I've been wanting to get Rujo on the channel. They did not disappoint. They build to a very high standard. They are very great boots. I really, really like them. And hopefully I can get some more on the channel here in the future so that I could talk about with you guys. All right, I will see you guys on the next one.